That's what's up on screen. Is going to be the Chair League scoreboard.
Okay, I don't see that.
I mean, you would have to see it like on the stream, but
I have the stream going. I just don't see it, obviously. All right. So, Graveyard Shift in the blue and Mortal Esports in the red. And here we are on Towers of Doom. Jay and I are here to make Hotsta great again.
yeah. We're not even going to have to build a wall to do it.
Not even have to build a wall and make somebody else pay for it. We're just going to make it great again by our presence.
Well, technically, we're kind of making Super Jova pay for it, but that's not really the point.
That's true. That's true.
So Dahaka going to be the initial hover here. There we go.
We're gonna milk that timer. No sense of making this a short draft. We're just gonna milk that all the way.
That's all right. I've had a long day. I'm ready to just sit back and wait. There's Dahaka.
There it is.
So the global war has begun.
Yes. So are we going to see a Falstead band or a Brightwing band, perhaps, if we're going to go the global route?
No, I suspect it will be a Ragnaros band.
I would assume so. Everybody bans him.
It pretty much guarantees that Graveyard Shift can get Artanis if they want, which is kind of the hero of choice right now in the meta. As far as frontline tanks that can swap people around. Can't think of any others.
No, you're right. You can't just switch around your divisions. You have to place in them. So is your brand new team, your first 3 matches are placement matches?
Oh no, they changed that actually.
But never mind.
Nope, you sign up.
Go ahead.
You sign up for it now. You just sign up.
What are they doing? I like the placement match.
I like the sign up. We signed up for Division 1 this season because
we got to make Chair League get great again now. Oh, there it is.
I mean, I say it here, it comes out there like 40 seconds later, but almost as if there was a stream delay. Oh!
Yeah.
No, stream delay is way longer than that. Don't worry about it, folks. But
So your division a new thing?
Yes, that's new to this season. There's no placement matches. You just sign up for which of the 4 divisions you want. If you feel like you're Hero League superstars and you want to go into Pro Division, you can do that.
Oh boy. But then if you're there and you get face trolled, that's it. You're stuck for the entire season, correct?
I'm not sure how that works, actually. I don't know if you can sign up for a new one. I know that in the past, it's been you have to play at least half the games in a season in order to qualify for the playoffs. So I think even if you did go and sign up for another division, it would probably reset your win-loss record, and so you would probably have to at least play in half in the right one. But I don't know exactly how that works. But indeed, it is Artanis. It's going to be the first pickup for Graveyard Shift. It's going to be Li Ming. Going to be the pickup here for the side of Mortal Esports, along with Malfurion. So you've got the mana user and the mana feeder.
There it is. And the mana abuser.
Not to mention 2 heroes that are very good at poking out objectives here, like the altars, and doing a decent amount of damage to boot from that Li Ming.
Li Ming has always been one of the more powerful bursty mage assassins ever since her release, which was 6 months ago. Usually by then heroes kind of sort of drop off or come in and out of favor, but she has consistently been in near top meta for a long time.
Yeah, ever since she first was released. Yeah, you're totally right about that. That is how it's gone down.
Even to the point that KT has kind of sort of dropped in favor, but Li Ming has still maintained that spot. Even though everybody thought KT is, this epic god that will always be meta. Not the case. Li Ming is consistently always being picked.
Yeah, I think KT right now is what I like to call sleeper meta. I think he's good. I think he's good, but I just don't think he's popular right now. I think he's got a bad rep. But Alarak and Falstad going to be the pickups here.
Alarak here. They'll be good. It'll be fun to watch that. See how he does.
Yeah, and I do like him in accordance with Artanis. Getting the band back together as far as the Protoss goes. So that's good synergy right there, just in terms of lore. But Falstad also providing that global presence really big deal here on Towers of Doom. Really only leaves ETC and Brightwing as other possible global choices here.
Right, and I wonder if the Falstead here pick is going to force, if available, Mortal Esports to probably get maybe a Brightwing just to counter that global presence. The Hawk already banned out and Falstead already picked. The only real other one to have is Brightwing. And are you going to allow them to have the only global on the Graveyard Shift side, or are you going to kind of match that with a Brightwing to make sure that you can counter that global presence? I'm not sure. Be interesting to see.
Well, they do have Mouth, so they're probably not going to pick the Brightwing, but they're going to ban it. Yeah,
they're going to ban it.
So yeah, but they could still try to get ETC. So we'll have to see if that's going to be the ban of choice here for the side of Graveyard Shift. But right now, looks like they're definitely going to take some time and think about it here. Plague.
Would you ban ETC here? Would you ban this since Brightwing's already been banned out? Would you ban ETC?
Yeah, it's really the last good option. Having Stage Dive as a global presence, there's really just not anything else in the game. He's pretty good against Artanis as well. The only way you can really counter Artanis is to lock him down and shoot him down before those shields can spawn. So it's a good solid ban here. It doesn't leave a whole lot of great tanking options up for the side of Mortal Esports. They still could go with Diablo.
Detected.
Yep. Thank you very much, Manau, for the follow. I appreciate it. Stitches going to be the pickup, along with Medivh. So we're going to see some Medivh play coming out here. And Plague, do you think we're going to maybe see some Hook, Gorge, Portal action back into the kill zone?
Let's see that. Wouldn't that be fun to see that little combo run off? I haven't seen that very often.
Throw down the root right at the end of where that Gorge is going to be in the kill zone. Yeah.
We got the root, or excuse me, the Hook, the Gorge, the Portal, and then the root. That'll be fun to see.
And then, just for good measure, Force of Will to just push them back even further with Li Ming.
Exactly. All the way back to the.
And then you got to draft. Well, no, Dahaka's drag is already out. So,
or you can get murdered and Haymaker.
Oh, Haymaker them, yeah, yeah. There you go. Unfortunately, if you Haymaker them back past the kill zone, it puts them into the core and then just bounces them back out into safety. Exactly. So you got to be careful with that. Oh, they probably need more damage, though, to be honest. But anyway.
I know, that would be pretty cool, though.
Got to get a healer pickup here for the side of Graveyard Shift. It is going to be Ariel.
And we're going to see
Zarya.
Zarya, I guess. Zarya, so there we go. Interesting.
So most people have been playing Zarya lately as more of a backline carry. They're starting to realize that with those shields, with the long-range poke that she has, she's really not a warrior. She's labeled as a warrior, but really she's more of a backline carry. So they a lot of times pairing two frontliners with it, which makes it kind of look like a three frontline comp, but that's not really what we're seeing here. Zarya is going to be playing mostly backline, throwing out those extra shields for a little bit of extra pseudo support, and so we'll have to see what Mortal Esports wants to try to counteract that. Oh my goodness. I think they might have liked your Haymaker idea there, Plague. There it is.
I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they did that. So the only real damage dealer they have, Li Ming. I guess Medivh can put out a little bit there with his little beam.
Yeah, not really.
Not much. Not really. It's Li Ming.
It's mostly just Li Ming. I don't know. Well, anyway, guys, if you would like to bet on the results of this match, oh, I'm sorry. Actually, let me close that. That is the wrong. That's the wrong one. There we go. We're gonna.
All right. So what do you think, my man? I don't know. I guess maybe for me, I'm gonna go with Graveyard with this because comp situation here on Immortal Esports, unless they know something I don't, a little rough. A little rough.
All right, there we go. As far as comp goes, I would have to go with Graveyard Shift at this point. I feel like they've built to have good poke for the map. I feel like there's a little bit of damage lacking on Mortal Esports, but it's still a tough call. You know, the cheese is going to be coming out here in a big way.
Yes, it is.
But bets are up. If you guys think the blue team will win, it's !bet then a space. You're going to put blue, and then a space, and then put your number of $J that you'd like to bet. Same with red, just red instead of blue. You guys can bet on who's going to win. Meanwhile, on the left, we do have Graveyard Shift. It is going to be Loki Endra going to be playing Artanis Rev on Falstad. Cyrenagis is going to be playing Ariel Zell on Zara. And Waffle Fries on Alarak.
In the red trunks, we got Jonicles on the Ming. Akfula on Stitches. Bulletti on Mel and Muradin, or the Pain Train on Muradin, and Innie on Medivh.
And the Pain Train is actually getting into the station here as he gets a little bit too far in and gets knocked out to half health. He will be able to Dwarf Toss away, though. Cyrenagis. I can't believe I nailed that twice. What do you know, Plague?
We got
the whip
going on in Artanis.
Yeah.
A little low.
Surprisingly, the health bar is getting a little bit low on the side of Graveyard Shift, so proving they got enough damage here, Plague. The swap is going to come in, but the portal to be able to get out if needs be also going up, but with that protection and that healing from Medivh and Malfurion, no need, really. Stitches is just fine.
We have a bit of a rotation here coming to the bot lane from Mortal Esports, just trying to see if they can get Waffle Fries caught out a little bit, but he is not having any of it.
Waffle Fries staying nice and safe back in the back of that lane, just trying to soak at this point. One thing I will say, Zarya is going to be the main hope feeder for the side of Graveyard Shift. Not necessarily one of the standard hope feeders, and is going to depend on the damage coming out onto to Zarya. So if Mortal Esports is able to play this correctly and not feed too much into that energy pool for Zarya, she's not going to be able to feed Arya very much hope in this match.
Bit of another, again, rotation down here on bottom with 3 members of Mortal Esports to the 2 members here of Graveyard Shift here. And, oh, take it back. They got 3 here, 3 on 3. And we're going to have a fight here over at the bottom altar.
Yeah, it looks like both of these teams are going to be content to trade out these top ones. 3v4 on the bottom, but Falstad can quickly fly down, and Artanis is rotating down to this bottom lane. Jonicles is going to get interrupted there by that
little flop.
Yeah, and Malfurion gets blown up, and we see the combo come out on Stitches as well. Rev getting very low though, and again, you know, Cyrenagis here not having a whole lot of energy to be able to heal this team to keep them up. So slowly the health bars starting to shrink away as Jonicles goes for it. However, Artanis just barely missing the swap. Jonicles so low here, continuing to stay in on the fight, and
he and Alfua are both go down here, as it is now a 0-2 exchange.
Yeah, 3 kills so far for the side of Graveyard Shift. So they are catching these picks out so far, Plague. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to continue to sustain as well as this match goes along, and Malfurion's heals slowly but surely get a little bit more powerful. The sustain that he puts out early game is not very good, but late game his heals start to tick a little bit harder, and he can start to talent into some of those heals that are going to eventually be coming back up further with cooldown reduction and heal spread if he wants that at 13, those kind of things.
So we are going to see an XP differential in favor of Graveyard Shift, pretty much about a half, a little bit more, a little bit less of a half a level lead here. As both teams are still kind of sort of feeling each other out. We are seeing a bit of a rotation here on the side of Graveyard Shift with 3 members in bot lane to the 3 members in of Mortal Esports in bot lane, but no real big team fighting or pressing going on right now.
So we do see the camp captured in the top lane. Does look like the Pain Train going to do it again to try and keep this Sapper camp from being able to advance far enough. But there goes one Sapper going to go down to the cannons. One of them will get in there on the fence.
Caught out a little bit here behind the line, but not much of a turn on the side of Immortal Esports. They could have probably had her, but they didn't switch fast enough.
Yeah, Brawl kind of starting in over this bottom camp. Was captured by Mortal Esports. So they are going to see that going ahead and charging on into the wall. Meanwhile, we do have these 2 altars in the top lane. A little bit of a rotational advantage here for the side of Graveyard Shift as they start to get up to these in time.
Right. We are going to see the boss spawn here in the top mid area now, and it looks like both teams have elected to probably just exchange this. Not too much heavy team fighting going on right now.
Yeah, not wanting to risk too much here at level 7. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to push through the opposing team and be able to capture theirs in a 5v5 situation like this. But Serogenes getting taken down here on Ariel. As soon as that healer goes down, that's going to proc the immediate retreat from the side of Graveyard Shift. Zell trying to do... Oh, the hook! Coming out. Oh, yeah, that root combo coming in full on. Flua making a big play there. And,
oh, no. Locandra getting caught out here. Oh, he is going to get caught with Muradin. Stitch is coming collapsing in on him. He might have been trapped in there, but he was able to escape.
So we will see the front line going back and forth here in the top lane. The Pain Train going to have to go ahead and dwarf toss his way on out of that situation before he gets too low. But he's always got that second wind to go ahead and heal him up. Or the good old B. Waffle Fries, though, kind of sitting in here around the boss. Looking for anybody that might be rotating through. Little does he know, Muradin just on the other side of that. So far, pretty even race here to level 10 Plague. These guys have been doing a nice job of keeping the soaking pretty even. Structure damage, slight advantage, I would say, over to Mortal Esports. They've actually gotten the full wall down in the bottom lane at this point. Oh, but the Pain Train! Ouch! Getting caught completely out here. And that's some pretty bad timing for this one. He will be back up before the altar spawns, but only 2 seconds beforehand.
Essentially going to be a 4v5 fight, at least initially, on that bottom altar.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they have the ability to poke this out long enough for Ground Muradin. Go ahead and make his way on back into this one. Level 10s have been picked up here, though. We see Deadly Charge coming in from Waffle Fries, and he's looking for it right now. Charges in to anyone that was sitting on that portal. And we do see the exchange coming in. Rev getting a little bit deep, getting poked down by Li Ming. Li Ming going in to try and get the kill. Waffle Fries going to go ahead and telekinesis him out of the way, though. The Pain Train is back in full bore here, going after Rev. It's
Zahara. Oh, Zell's caught.
Zarya gets taken down. Li Ming
Zahara
in the exchange here. And 4v4 as this continues. Medivh not going to just let Falstad cast on that, though, as he does go ahead and rotate in. The Pain Train right in the middle of the enemy team, though, is going to get taken down, trading himself out for Alarak. The battle rages on here, 3v3, as a nice heal from Serogenes there to keep Rev up. Is going to go ahead and trade that over, but the mana pools are just so low on so many members here. Stitches, oddly enough, really the only one with any mana left at this point.
You know, I'm going to commend here with Mortal Esports here, keeping this a serious fight until all members can be back up here. I thought they were at a pretty serious disadvantage at the beginning of this altar fight, but they did a real nice job of contesting this. Goodness gracious.
The expulsion zone to keep Stitches out here. He's going to portal out just the last second after that Medivh shield. And a little bit of poke coming in from Jonicles to be able to interrupt Rev, and the battle continues as... we will see the Gorge coming in. He's going to put him in over the wall. And Alarak's going to try and escape out the back. That's not going to work. The Pain Train getting very, very low here, though. Above all this going on. The Twilight Dream coming out. But he's going to end up paying for that with his life as he goes down. It's too much Plague. I can't possibly follow it up. Serogenes goes down after the Aegis comes out. They're still going Plagues. I think we're gonna have to change this map to be named something more like Battlefield of Eternity, because that lasted forever.
Wow. Look at that! Mortal Esports turns a potential disaster here in the bottom altar rotation from a 4v5 to ultimately a 4 to 1 exchange, or excuse me, 3 to 1 exchange. Nicely done. Nicely done.
I thought it was a lot more kills than that, Plague. I felt like that.
Well, I'm just saying this last one. I'm saying this last one though. They get the altar. They had it made it a 3v1 exchange.
All right, so after all of that, we're gonna look up at the scoreboard and see that it's 28 to 28 on the core health. The experience is almost dead even. Slight advantage to Mortal Esports, but less than half a level. Nothing major. And the kill count's almost the same too, 7 to 8. So these two teams seeming very evenly matched here. However, Saragenis getting caught in a little bit is going to get gorged. There's the portal. They're going to take her back. The whiff actually on that route, but doesn't matter. Far enough back that there's no way they can get out of that.
Chase is definitely on here in bottom lane. Both teams are still here in bot lane. However, you got Falstead up top soaking in that XP and pushing a little bit on that top tower.
Yeah, Rev doing a nice job of not being baited into this fight. We're also seeing the Pain Train going to go ahead and rotate to mid, start to get a little bit of that auxiliary soak on. But the pressure still being laid on here pretty thick by Mortal Esports in the bottom lane. The swap, however, on to Stitches is going to get him killed. And a nice combination there with that swap and the Purifier Beam. We don't see Purifier Beam a whole lot, but really no auto attack damage dealers over on the side of Mortal Esports. So he's choosing to go with that swap slow mechanic along with the Purifier Beam. I really like it. Good choice.
Yep. And we are going to see the well spawn up, or the sewer spawn up, I should say. And we still Falstead's finally making that rotation down here to bottom lane here with as the 2 bottom altars now come online.
Waffle Fries receiving that Aegis there from Saragenis is going to be able to keep him alive for the moment, but he's going to need a little while to get healed back up, and Ariel is completely out of energy here. We do see the Pain Train rotating up to try and get this, but the swap comes out, and that is going to stall him. The Pain Train's going to have to try to get out of here. However, he is going to be able to poke out long enough to stall that out for the moment, but we will see the side of Graveyard Shift picking up that first one. Zarya, however, getting taken down. The portal in aggressively to try and go after Rev at this point, but Malfurion not able to really secure that one. And, Falstad eventually going down here to Jonicles in company. And the fight rages on. Yet again, they go ahead and trade out the shrines, keeping this match nice and even, keeping it going on for a long time. But yeah, I'm surprised, Plague. Mortal Esports is really making this work. This cheesy comp.
The same thing that the comp just looks like initially like, oh my goodness, what are you going to do with this thing? But they are seriously making this camp work for them. They're playing into their strengths and playing those combos very, very well. Yeah,
Stitches has been dealing a surprising amount of damage. Here's the Gorge yet again to the portal. And Artanis is going to be caught in abject horror. Swapping out, actually, is going to receive the shield and the heal. They get Artanis out of their Plague. Here comes the fully in flight from Rev. Has Gust available.
How did they not get Ariel with that hook?
Oh, it's
so close.
You always feel like against this comp right now with Mortal Esports, you're just one step away from being completely dead here. Zell going to go ahead and juke that now long-range hook coming in from Stitches, or it should be getting longer soon with that fishing hook. I think that's actually a 16 talent now that I think about it, but just able to dodge it by just a smidge as we have this 3 altar spawn phase coming up. We'll have to see how the teams want to rotate to this one, Plague. This should be interesting. We're finally going to break this tie.
It is. It's finally going to happen here. How are they going to rotate this? Are we going to see, the exchange up in the top like we did before the first time, or we're going to see something a little bit different here? Fighting is still ensuing here down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, they think it's so much fun. They're just not willing to give it up. Yet again, they're going to trade these 2 top altars to keep the tie nice and far in, but Waffle Fries gets hooked in and killed. No Gorge needed. The Pain Train going to actually be gusted to safety here by Rev as we see Malfurion's Leyline Seal come out to forestall this a little bit, allowing his team to heal up a bit and get back into this. And the 5v5 or 5v4 fight rages on over this mid altar. Zell getting very low. Will receive the heal from Saragenis to keep him up. The Pain Train, Dwarf tossing out. And yet again, these teams just going back and forth on this. Artanis getting very low, but they are stalling it out. He's going to get hooked. The Aegis comes out to keep Rev topped up here. He's going to be able to barrel roll his way on out of here. Meanwhile, the damage coming in. Jonicle's able to get the kill on Artanis, and the resets are on, but Jonicle's completely out of mana here. But Graveyard Shift is going to have to back out the aggressive portal in. They are not done, Plague. They are still going after kills. Look at the health on Rev as he walks away here.
Oh my! Too bad. For sure they're on that chase. They should have been able to get 1 or 2 more, but just as it played out. But still, very, very well defended that altar and kept the pressure on the entire time. Well done.
Man, they would have had more kills if Jonicles had the mana, I think. They're just completely out of mana. And Malfurion decided to take that scouting drone at level 1 rather than taking the cooldown reduction on that. But Waffle Fries is going to get caught a little bit out here. However, he does turn on the paint train, getting the combo out on him to at least knock him to half health. Sarajan is getting in a little bit of trouble, however, is able to dodge most of the Li Ming combo. Malfurion also throwing out the Twilight Dream there to try and get a little extra zoning. The hook in on Waffle Fries. No follow-up for it, however. Artanis walks away with almost no health, Plague.
No, it is, and this non-stop team fighting here from start to finish of this match. As we see the nice little bait switch there coming on the Stitches, and here they all come.
The nice Aegis is going to be able to keep them up for the moment, but the triple kill coming out from Jonicles. And the blow-up is real, and instantly they're rotating to the boss, looks like. Well, maybe. No, they're going after Falstad, and the flight will be canceled by the pain train stun, but the gust as he tries to roll away, but here comes Medivh, and he will get the kill, and now they'll go after the boss.
Falstad electing to stay out of that fight to get the top tower, which he was able to do, but at what cost, Jay? But at what cost?
Well, it's going to cost them 4 points here, which is going to put them 8 behind on the scoreboard. So a little bit of a lead developed here by Mortal Esports. They're also definitely winning this fight to 20. They rotate out very quickly and efficiently to be able to take down this tower in the top lane. Meanwhile, altar spawning in the mid. They should be pretty darn close to level 20 as this thing spawns. So I think a lot of it's going to depend on whether or not they can pick that up before this inevitable team fight starts once again, which could again go for the rest of the match for all I know based on what we've seen so far.
And it might behoove them to try to get this 20 since they are so close and they'll have their storm talents
this fight. The hook on Artanis, the gorge, the portal, and he is in abject horror yet again. Will be able to swap through the team to try and get out of here. The shield coming in from Zarya to try and keep him alive. The pain train on the chase. The aggressive portal in, the Aegis to keep him alive. Artanis is still alive in this match, Plague.
Oh my god, yeah, he's getting
He's turning around, and he's going to start to get damage out. So many members getting low. The aggressive deadly charge, the portal out by Aini. No one has died in this team fight yet, Plague. Zell getting very low. Ariel is finally going to be the first to fall. Waffle Fries goes down, and all of a sudden... level 20 picked up here also. Going to be very scary. Rev goes down, and yeah, Graveyard Shift's got to get out of here. But Zell is going to be the only remaining member left, but Malfurion on the chase. Not going to be the hero you want taking that down. But this is going to be disastrous for Graveyard Shift.
It absolutely is. They're trying to get maybe a tower or two before capturing this altar, which is very smart. They got a lot of time on those death counters, so it might be who to try to grab a couple more to get a few extra hits on that core.
Yeah, Stitches is going to go ahead and start that cast as this goes down. Is going to make sure that that's listed as 6. There it is. So that's going to be half of the health left. If they can get to this top tower fast enough, they can actually start proccing more shots from owning all of these tower shots. Zarya is on the job, though, in the bottom lane to at least try and block that.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to pull it off. That's okay though, but the pressure is definitely on for Graveyard Shift to do something in this match. With the Gorge coming out on aerial, and Akflua is putting him back in lane, and it looks like she is going to go. Ooh,
well, the Aegis coming in with the Gust. That's not going to be enough to save them. They did, however, get Medivh in this exchange, but Waffle Fries gets hooked, and he's going to be pulled in and trying to stay alive with the healing from that healing well. But that's gonna be all they're gonna walk away with here. It is actually gonna end up being a 1-for-1.
It is. As both teams are starting to kind of reset themselves, pull them back in the lane. Both teams have reached level 20, and both teams have picked their storm talents. Graveyard Shift is trying to recapture some of this last remaining fort here in the mid, as it looks like the rotation for Mortal Esports is going to be down in bot lane to add some extra pressure down from there.
This tower shall serve the Raven Lord.
And here we come with another rotation, as 4 members of Graveyard Shift are coming down into bot lane, but it looks like Mortal Esports is going to meet them there with the Gorge, the hook and the Gorge coming out.
And the additional bolt is actually going to bolt out of that.
Yeah, that was confusing.
Yeah, but they do end up getting the hook onto Waffle Fries. He's going to scoot his way on out of there to dodge. But they get Muradin in that exchange plague. That's going to give them a man advantage here for this altar spawn. 45 seconds still until they get Muradin back.
It is here, and we are going to see them kind of rotate down and try to maintain some health here as the poke is on for Mortal Esports, trying to poke these guys down a little bit more before this altar spawns to help level the playing field of this 4v5 fight.
Dodging the swaps, dodging the hooks, nobody getting too out of position here. But they are going to start positioning here. Every second that goes by is good for Mortal Esports as they try and stall this out. The Leyline Seal going to stall it out for the moment. The Expulsion Zone coming out to be able to at least try to deny them that avenue of retreat. The Root comes out for the stall. The Gust also coming out to try and push them back and give them a little bit of zoning. Artanis is going to full B at this point. Too low on hell. The Gorge coming in along with that. Hanzel is going to be enough to take him down. And there it is again, that Gorge Portal combination. We're also seeing, oh man, Sarajan is definitely dead here. Yeah. Rev gonna have to back out of this situation.
Artanis is looking to do the same here.
Yeah, Artanis going down to those resets from Jonicles. Just enough mana to get the job done there. That's gonna be 4 more health. That's gonna be down to 2. And Waffle Fries getting caught out here a little bit too. He's going to be stunned into the root, into the hook. He will go for the counter strike, but that's not going to do a whole lot. And that is going to give them a nice little portal on into the boss. No, well, Falstad is going to have Gust available. It's not hopeless plague, but well, okay, it's yeah, okay, it's pretty hopeless. Little bit too late on the fly in, but that is going to be GG. The last cannon shots going over onto Graveyard Shift's core. Mortal Esports pulling this one out. Stitches Medivh style.
Yeah, nicely done. You know, really against what I thought was going to happen. I think you too, but they did a nice job of playing into this comp and working extremely well. You could tell it was kind of sort of a mid lane or mid game to late game kind of comp. I mean, they had to kind of dance around, take a few hits, and take a few kills in the early game. But once they started rolling, it was just nonstop. Congratulations to Mortal Esports. A pretty decisive win with 21 kills for them and 10 kills to the Graveyard Shift.
Yeah, very, very nice work coming out from them. You know, it's like I said, we kind of questioned the comp a little bit, but we knew what they were going for. And that's what you need in a game like this. You have to know, what is the identity of our comp? What is it designed to do? And that's the thing. Mortal Esports knew exactly what they wanted to do with this comp. It's very cheesy. It's very gimmicky. It's not too easy to pull off, but clearly they've spent a lot of time practicing it, Plague. It was clear. It was clear and evident that they have done this before.
Right, and who had the pick of the map?
It was indeed Mortal Esports.
You see, yep, yeah. And they knew exactly what they were doing as soon as they picked that map.
Exactly. Well, congratulations once again to both these teams putting on a great show for us. Mortal Esports